Howdy, this is Lemmy with RevZilla TV, here to talk to you today about rubber grips for your Harley. You should be considering a new set of rubber grips if you want some grips on your bike. If you want to change colors, if you want to change how your grips feel, or you want to change just how your bike kind of looks. These things are going to fit nearly every single Harley out there. 82 and up is all standard stuff, or all 1-inch bars. Everything should be a pretty easy fit, and these things will fit a variety of older bikes, especially those of you who have cut stuff up or changed stuff in your bikes. 1-inch grips are reasonably universal for Harley Davidsons. Installation on these is a 1-bearder on our 3-beard BSD, or beard scale of difficulty. Grips just aren't that hard to install, rubber ones most especially. So let's get into what we see here on the table and how these things are going to help you. I like to keep a giant stack of grips, believe it or not, on my shelf. I probably have 5 or 6 sets on the shelf at all times, mostly because I run almost exclusively rubber grips. Grips come in a couple different flavors. I like the rubber construction for a few reasons. Firstly, it helps soak up vibrations. Nearly everything I'm riding on is either a chopper or has rigid mount handlebars. I wind up not using riser bushings most of the time. I mount them solid. So the vibrations really travel through to your hands. A nice deep rubber grip can help keep your hands from going numb when you're riding around. I like them also because they're cheap. Rubber grips are just not expensive. They are arguably the most affordable way to cover your throttle sleeve and to cover the ends of your bars. And they look great because you wind up replacing them fairly frequently. Don't be afraid of buying a cheaper grip. I liken these to wiper blades. I'd rather have 5 different sets of wiper blades throughout the year that are super cheap instead of one really expensive set. It turns out that as you replace these things, they keep your bike looking fresh, and you always have something nice to put your paws onto. They stay nice and grippy, rather than an older set of more expensive grips that might not give you the isolation and the actual tackiness that help keep your hands on the bars. So let's take a rip down the row here, and we'll talk about some of the stuff on the market that's offered. Down here we have a couple Biltwell offerings. I'm holding the Kung Fu in my hand right now. I believe this is the first Biltwell product that I ever used. I love these grips. They remind me very much of the old BMX style grips I had on my bicycle as a kid. These things feel great. They're super soft. They're squishy. They look fantastic on just about any motorcycle. They don't draw much attention themselves. They have a very classic look to them. You can see here, I have a set of Recoil Grips. These are nice too. They have a little traction studding on them, help you grab in there. And again, this stuff does wear down over time, but these grips are so cheap, you'll wind up replacing them frequently. Again, I'd rather have 2 or 3 different sets of grips on my bike throughout a season because I know I'm always going to be setting my paws into something that feel good. You can also see here too, they have their thrusters available in some really cool colors. Moving down the line, we get into Lowbrow Customs offerings. Lowbrow offers some super cool grips. I like their GTs. These look great on older British bikes. They're very reminiscent of the stuff that came out of the factory for those of you running around on trumpets. You can also see here too, we have some fish scale grips named for the pattern in the grip itself. As you can tell, these are RevZilla orange, so we automatically love them. Moving on to their final offering is a Cole Foster Signature Series grip. I like these because they come in some weird tripped out colors. You can see here we're looking at a brown marble. They have a variety of marbled offerings, and they also come in this nifty tin. I have these all over my garage. They're holding all sorts of stuff, from drill bits to spare parts to band-aids for first aid kits. Moving on down the line, we have some more classic looking grips here. You can see we have vintage grips offered by Custom Chrome in white and also in natural. These are by Jammer. So if you're looking for that old Coke bottle look, these are the way to go. Down here on the end, we have some Avon offerings as well. Also in that Coke bottle style, the nice part about the Avons is they do come with a throttle sleeve already pre-installed. So for a similar price as the other rubber grips, you wind up with a free throttle sleeve kind of getting tossed into the deal. A little bit harder to install, however, you're going to get a nice new throttle sleeve. It's going to give you a nice slick throttle action. You can also see here too, Avon offers the Waffle Grip. I think I've seen these on just about every single Harley at every AMCA event I wind up going to. It's just a really classic looking grip. Guys have loved them for years, and there's a reason for that. They feel good and they look good. So we had chatted about installation. 1-bearder, these things are easy. Most of you guys are going to be able to get these on here simply with a razor blade and some type of lubricant. It's as easy as razoring off your old grips, throwing these things on there. You really just wind up lubricating the inside just a little bit, just enough to make them slide, stuff them on there, and you should be set to rock and roll. So as I said earlier, I always have half a dozen sets of various grips sitting around on my shelf. I really like to swap them out. Nothing gives me a fresh feeling like grabbing my hands into some nice rubber. I really love the way that it makes me fall in love with my handlebars all over again. So fresh grips, I think, are a great investment for just about everybody out there. My opinion is not the only one that matters though. Click below, check out what some other riders are saying about some of the grips that they're rock and roll, and see if they'll work out for you. If you got a question about install or fitment, give one of our geeks a holler. See us at RevZilla.com. You can always get us by phone, 877-792-9455. I'm Lemmy. I'm out of here.